Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Blank Game Week 29 and also talk about 2 of the 3 transfers that I've already made. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your plans for the next game week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, we're going to be taking a look at my goalkeeper and my defenders. So, in goal, we do have Raya, who's got Chelsea at home. Don't really know how this fixture is going to go. Chelsea haven't been great lately, whereas Arsenal have been pretty alright defensively. Not great going forward, but defensively they have been pretty nice, in the Prem anyway. Obviously, the Champions League was a little bit of a different story. But because I'm not on a free hit or a wild card this week, I'm always going to have defenders playing attackers. I've got Cole Palmer playing Raya this week. Best case scenario would be Raya to save a Cole Palmer penalty and then he score the rebound. Very unlikely to happen, but yeah, either way, one of these players is probably not going to get me any returns this week. Both of them might get me nothing. We just don't really know. But either way, Raya with Chelsea at home. Wish it was a better fixture, but there's not much you can do about it. At the back, we've got Kirkez, who's got Brentford at home. Mikolenko, who's got West Ham at home. Robinson, who's got Spurs at home, and then Gvardiol, who's got Brighton at home. So all home fixtures for my defenders and my goalkeeper this week, which is pretty nice. One of my transfers this week has been Munoz out for Gvardiol, and that was just simply because Gvardiol was quite close to a price rise, and I just didn't really want to be priced out of my moves this week, because if you remember from my transfer video, I had to make 3 transfers, and I just have enough money, like I'd be left with 0 in the bank, and because of a couple of price rises potentially happening, I had to move kind of quick on a couple of them, and one of them was Gvardiol. I think he's probably going to get a price rise tonight, but it is what it is. You know, I think I would have had to go early on him regardless, but very happy with the Gvardiol pick. It was between him and Aït-Nouri, and Aït-Nouri does have obviously the better fixture this week, I'd say, with Southampton away, but I think over the next 2, Brighton at home and Leicester at home, is better. Then I think it's Southampton away and then West Ham at home for Wolves, and of course City are just a better team than Wolves as well. So that's why I've gone Gvardiol. If he gets benched, I'm going to be very, very annoyed because he started pretty much every single fixture this season. They've got nothing else to really play for apart from the FA Cup, but either way, I still don't think Gvardiol is going to be getting rested regardless. Robinson with Spurs at home is what it is. Like, it's not a terrible fixture. He can easily get something in that game. He hasn't actually gotten anything in a while, though, when you take a look at it. He's not returned since Newcastle away in game week 24. He's had a benching in one of those games as well, and then of course picked up the yellow against Brighton. So not a great run of form from Anthony Robinson, but hopefully that can change and he can get something against Spurs. Mikolenko, West Ham at home's not terrible. I mean, West Ham have been a lot better under Potter, but Everton have been a lot better under Moyes, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, always playing Mikolenko in that fixture. And then Kirkez with Brentford at home. I do have 2 Brentford attackers, so for them to do well, Kirkez has to not do well, unless Kirkez can get like a goal or an assist or something, and then it's all good. But yeah, I mean, the back line, it doesn't look terrible. All home fixtures, not the greatest fixtures on paper, but you never know what's going to happen. Blank game weeks are always going to be very up in the air. A lot of people, I'm probably going to get a red arrow this week just simply because a lot of people are free hitting and wildcarding, which it is what it is. I think it will be my 5th red in a row, but at the same time, I've still got my wildcard free hit intact and my triple captain as well. So hopefully after we get through game week 29, and then I can start thinking of wildcarding, start properly attacking the doubles, and then that's where I'll make all those points back. But anyway, those are the defenders and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we have Mbumo, who's got Bournemouth away, Rodgers, who is obviously blanking, which I am getting rid of this week. We've got Cole Palmer, who's got Arsenal away, and then one of my transfers has been Eze out for Gibbs White in. And I'm very happy I actually went early on Gibbs White because he did get a price rise last night. I would have been priced out of Gibbs White if I didn't go last night. And to be fair, I could have brought in 2 Bournemouth midfielders. That is something I could easily have done and could have brought in Kluivert and Semenyo. But I wanted to go Gibbs White. You know, as a Forest fan, when do I ever really have 2 Forest players into my team? Never really. So I'm quite happy to go with Gibbs White. And he's been very good as well lately. Obviously got the assist against City. Doesn't really get a ton of double-digit returns, and he usually assists the assist. But at the end of the day, he's still a very nice player to have in the team. And again, Ipswich away is an okay-ish fixture, so quite happy with that. Cole Palmer with Arsenal away, again, on a bit of a cold streak at the moment. Hopefully he can get something against Raya, because I don't think a lot of free hitters and wildcarders will have him this week, simply because they'll all be using the funds for Haaland. So if he does go big this week, I think it actually could be quite good. I don't want to captain him because it's not a great fixture on paper at all, and I think I've got better options, but if he gets anything, I think it generally will help my team out quite a bit. Rodgers, as I said, is going to be transferred out this week with my third and final transfer. And then I've also got Mbeumo with Bournemouth away. Again, a tricky fixture, but on penalties, hopefully can get something from that game. But those are the midfielders. And then up top, we've got Visser, who's got Bournemouth away. And then I've also got Chris Wood, who's got Ipswich away as well, who is my current captain. But if I do end up bringing in Kluivert, I might actually captain him. I don't know. I've kind of got a feeling that he's going to go big this week. But I also don't really want to go against Chris Wood because I think he's going to be very highly... I think his EO is going to be really high this week. So I don't know whether to play it safe or not. Like, Haaland's going to have a high effective ownership, which isn't great because I can't get to him without taking hits and stuff. I could have got to him by selling, like, Salah and Isak instead of, like, my Crystal Palace players. But I just didn't really want to do that because that would be me losing. If I got rid of Isak and Salah, I think I would have lost like $1 million in team value. And for 1 week, it's just not worth it because I'm obviously going to want Salah back for Everton at home and I want Isak back in 30 for Brentford at home as well. So wasn't worth losing $1 million in transfer value just for 1 game week. And especially if Haaland doesn't do anything as well, it's going to be even more annoying. So yeah, Visser and Chris Wood up top. And then on the bench, of course, nobody playing apart from Ward, who's got Man United at home. But we've got Mo Salah, who's blanking, Isak, who's blanking, and then Trent, who's blanking as well. The Trent one's a bit interesting because they don't think the injury is as bad. But of course, game week 30 is not until the 2nd of April. You know, it's 3 weeks away. He's not going to be playing in the final, but hopefully should be fit for... You'd like to think he'll be fit for the 2nd of April. If he's not, then, you know, I just probably won't go with him on my 31 wildcard. But I'd like to have him for Everton at home. But again, I can always use a transfer to get rid of him if need be. But I'd probably rather save those transfers for kind of attacking the doubles and stuff like that. So this is what the team looks like on paper. So I've got 10 playing players at the moment with 1 free transfer left in the bank. And then I've also got $1 million left in the bank as well. So again, I feel like I've done pretty well to kind of field 11 players without having to take any hits or anything like that. But I know a lot of it's down to luck as well. Like, obviously, if Cunha was available, then that would have really hurt me and players like that. So I've been very fortunate with that. But let's take a look at the transfers. So I've got $1 million in the bank, 1 free transfer left. And as I've said multiple times, it's probably going to be Rodgers out for Kluivert because I just have enough money to do that. As you can see, I've got 0 in the bank. I'm not actually sure how much Semenyo is. Semenyo is only 5.7. So I guess if I did get priced out of Kluivert, I could have always gone Semenyo. I do like Semenyo in the fact that his minutes are a lot more kind of nailed than Kluivert's, but he has just played 90 in back-to-back games, and 72, 76, I think that's an okay-ish amount, and he's obviously on penalties, so I kind of want to go for that as well. And then to be fair, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 penalty takers with this team here. When obviously Kluivert comes in for Rodgers, being Mbeumo, Wood, Palmer and Kluivert. So 4 penalty takers isn't too bad. The biggest threat this week is obviously Bruno Fernandes. Did just score a hat-trick last night as well. Hopefully used up all his returns in that fixture though. A lot of people are bringing him in, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Do not have the... I would never have had the funds to get to him anyway, otherwise I would have brought him in. He doesn't have the greatest fixture in 30, I don't think. So if you're on a free hit, then he's perfect. Well, he's got Forest away in 30, actually. So yeah, not an easy fixture. But yeah, he's perfect. If you're on a free hit, then he's definitely in your team and potentially captaincy worthy as well. I'm definitely jealous about not owning him, but I think the team looks okay-ish. It could be worse. You know, it could be better. I will have to use a transfer on... Because obviously in 30, if I don't wildcard, I'll have Kirkes, who's got Ipswich at home, Gvardiol, who's got Leicester at home, but then if Trent's out, I'll have Robinson with Arsenal away, and then I'll have Mikolenko with Liverpool away. So I'll have to use a transfer probably to get rid of one of these players, because otherwise I'll only have... I mean, I've got playing defenders, but it's just not really a great couple of fixtures. Like, arguably the worst 2 fixtures you could have. Maybe I still start one of them, though, and just... use the transfer for someone down the line, because it'll probably be more impactful. But yeah, that's kind of the situation we're at in game week 30. Because again, I think I'm going to 31. I think I'm going to wildcard in 31. just because we should have more knowledge and stuff. If we get all the knowledge before that in game week 30, then that's great. But yeah, I think it's safer just to wildcard in 31 because the team's not too bad going into 30, and then obviously I can sort it all out in 31. But anyway, that's my team selection and transfer plans. Let me know your transfer plans for blank game week 29. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, like I say, with your plans, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.